Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can hear us and you can see us. As always, if you are first in the room, please let us know that you're here and you can see us and hear us, because we never know if we're actually live or if we're just stood here chatting to ourselves. And it's only when you pop in and say hello that we know that everything is going as it should be. So please don't be shy. Please say hello. Please let us know that you are there. This evening we have absolutely oodles to get through, even down to the point I didn't even really know what to call tonight. As many of you know, we do our Monday night natters and we have our playtime, we have our Stockist launch and we have our sneaky peeks. Tonight we're kind of going to try and fit all three of those events into one day because we are that busy here at the moment. It's a little bit of everything. We've got the autumn collection, which of course is our Stockist launch products. They're going to be launching 10 a.m. tomorrow morning with our Stockists, and I'll be giving you a list shortly of which Stockists you're going to be able to track them down at. Then of course we've got our sneaky peek, our Woodware. Our Woodware is here and it is ready to go, and tonight we're going to be looking through endless samples from Laura, Siobhan and myself ahead of Francois's shows coming up on Saturday. So I haven't got our samples obviously there with Francois because I've got to keep something for the shows, but I'm going to be teasing you with lots and lots of goodies from that one as well. We also have the sold out bundle that Gwen is going to be launching on Thursday evening to talk to you about as well, just in case you missed last week. So don't let me forget about that, because if you haven't heard about this already, you're not going to have much of an opportunity to grab these. So remind me before I let you go and we will chat about them. But I can see a few of you are joining us, which is good because it means I'm not talking to myself. Always good to have you with us. So I can see that Siobhan is joining us here from the Woodware page. If you haven't already gone and found the Woodware page, please do so. It's a new page set up just to share with you all of our Woodware shenanigans and goings on. And Siobhan is the voice of Woodware this evening, which is absolutely lovely. Lovely to have you with us, Siobhan, playing that part. Thank you. Good evening, Pauline. Good evening, Sue. Good evening, Sue. Good evening, Kathleen. Good evening, Lynn, Elizabeth, Alison, Laura. Oh, there's loads of you. Good evening, Barbara, Bethan, Kim, Joyce. It is a joy to have you all with us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time and keeping us company this evening. Before I forget, shall we jump on over to Hostage Cam and say good night evening to Peter, who is well lit this evening?
I'm well lit. I thought he was going to say good night to Peter then.
Good night to Peter. Night, Peter.
Hi, all. How are we doing? Are you all okay? We've had a funny old day, haven't we, James? So
we've had a good day. Yeah. It's chaos, but it's a good day.
Chaotic but fun.
So. We like a chaotic day, don't we? Absolutely. What have we done? What can we tell the world that we've been up to today? What are we allowed to confess from the sidelines? Maybe the builders are in doing some construction. That's exciting. Maybe some new goodies arrived that had to go into testing today for much later in the year. But our dear Laura was doing a bit of testing to see how they were all going to look and how they were going to work to make sure everything's up to scratch before we hit order, which is very exciting. It's a side that you guys don't always get to see, but very important side that we make sure everything is A-OK before we click order. We need to make sure it's going to be the best quality at the best price in the best fashion and are here in the right time to make sure that it is everything it needs to be and then some. So we've been doing a bit of that. We've had Tracy upstairs in the offices working on the brochure to go to Gilly's Craft for a demo day next week.
Yeah.
The week after? Not this weekend, next weekend,
yeah.
The 13th. Yeah. So yeah, we've been doing some brochure work today. What else have we been doing? It's been everywhere, haven't we? It's been a good day. And of course, getting very much ready for this evening because there is lots and lots and lots to talk about this evening. So, with no further ado, let's do one of the most important bits, shall we? Tonight we're going to talk about a lot of Woodware stuff. And we're going to go through lots of samples. We're going to try and fit in a couple of demos. We're going to talk about Die of the Week as well. But before we do any of that, let's chat autumn collection because I don't want you to miss out on this. Our brand new autumn collection launches tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to our Stockists. I love Stockist launch day because it's the day when it means you can walk into a store, you can click on multiple websites and you can just pick the item that you want to have from that collection. Now, of course, that doesn't mean they won't have bundle deals, doesn't mean they won't have collections with it all, but it does mean that you can cherry pick the items that you would like to get hold of. Now, I know I'm going through these quickly. I'm going to pick them all back up again in a second, and we're going to chat about them in reverse order because I do have some stock updates to tell you about on a few of these items. But if you've not seen the complete collection, that is our complete collection of the autumn collection by Creative Expressions, which will launch 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, being 2nd of September if you're watching this on catch up. So as of 10 a.m. 2nd of September, you're going to be able to track these items down at Cheshire Crafts, Craft Bliss, the Craft Box, which is a new one of our stockists, isn't it? The Craft Box. I don't think we've given them a shout out yet on one of our lives. So welcome the Craft Box. Craft Mania, The Art of Craft, Gilly's Crafts and Intercraft. Abroad, you're going to be able to pick these up in New Zealand at Picture Stamps and in Australia at JCraft. So lots of options of places you're going to be able to track these down, and there are also some still available on Hobbymaker as well. Now, as we pick these up and go back through them, we've got the pumpkin owl set, giving you the large pumpkin and the little frothy coffee. These sets recommended retail price are $9.99. Oh, I'm getting the thumbs up from the big cheese over in the corner. I think I'm okay there. Big cheese. Then we've got autumn sentiments, giving you warm autumn wishes. So thankful for you, thinking of you. May this autumn be a harvest of happy times for you. Cherished friend, hope you feel better soon. The magic of autumn is in the air, and a few more. Then we've got autumn verses. There's lots on here. We've got a leaf is a letter sent from the trees. There are better times coming your way, so hang on in there until that day. Leaves are falling, autumn is calling. I love these because I really like the font. I like the way there's different pieces I can yo-yo from, gift tags through to the inserts, through to the outside of the card, and it all just matches. It's very neat, very tidy. Then we're going to move on and we're going to have a little look at this one. This one is our Halloween sentiments. And in here, one of my favourites is Dying to See You at the top up here. There's also Warm Wishes, Boo to You, Happy Birthday Pumpkin. I love that one. And then around here we've got When Life Gives You Pumpkins, Make Pies, Autumn Leaves and Pumpkins Please. There's loads of different bits in these all dotted through, and each of those ones are $9.99 recommended retail price. Then we have our 3DL stamps. Now these are what we class as pattern match stamps. If you've not heard that term before, what that means is the pattern matches. So if you stamp this panel and you want to join that pumpkin up, that pumpkin matches to this pumpkin. So you can stamp it and stamp it and stamp it and stamp it. And you can do that in any direction you want to. Top, bottom, side to side, doesn't matter. It's all going to coordinate. So the only limitation to the size you can stamp this is the material you're stamping onto. So this could be wrapping paper, this could be 12 by 12s, this could be your front room wallpaper, if that's what you'd like it to be. And then you can colour them as you wish to. Same with the autumn leaves. Again, beautiful. Gwen's done so many amazing demos with this one. Genuinely, absolutely blew my socks off. Especially the demo she did with the Enchanted Sprinkles. If you've not seen that, it's really worth checking that one out. And then you've got the splatter stamp as well, which I love because this could be confetti, it could be a mixed media background, it could be paint splodges, it could be blood splodges, or splatter, which is really cool, especially when we're thinking of Halloween. Then we move on. Autumn Bouquet. Autumn Bouquet sold out incredibly quickly here at HQ. And that means that they're all in the hands of the stockists that I've given you out on the list already. So that is JCraft in Australia, Picture Stamps in New Zealand, Into Craft here in the UK, Gilly's Crafts in the UK, The Art Craft here in the UK, Craft Mania, the Craft Box, Craft Bliss and Cheshire Crafts all here in the UK. When they're sold out, we're going to have quite a wait till they come back in. So if you've had your eye on this one and you want to get it from a stockist, tomorrow morning, don't dilly-dally. Get ordering as soon as you can or get in store as soon as you can, because that won't last long. Then we've got Halloween Essentials. I love this one. I love the ghost. The ghost really just, to me, makes me happy. And these little faces fit on top of those pumpkins. So when we go back to the pumpkin background, if you want to stamp little faces to go onto these, this is where you're going to be getting those faces from. But of course, you can use the faces on the ghost. You can also use the faces on the pumpkins that come within this set as well. So everything ties together perfectly. I also love the little cat with his fangs, the large blood splatter, the dripping blood that can of course be icing or wax or all manner of different bits and bobs if that's what you'd prefer for it to be. You've also got some really cool foliage leaves going down the side here, and your cobwebs, your spiders, and of course your pumpkins. Then lastly in this collection, we have got, prices by the way. These ones are $15.99 recommended retail price individually, the biggies. And these ones are $11.99 recommended retail price. They're your DL ones, just so you've got an idea if you've not seen us chat about these previously. Then you've got your Creative Expressions stencils. These ones are 8x8. They're cut from our thicker mylar, which means that you've got lovely depth to them. So when you're embossing them with your rubber mats for your machines, when you're using your texture paste through them, you've got more depth to them. And there are 3 in this set. There is Splatter, there is Halloween Creepy Critters, and there is Autumn Leaves. And these again are pattern match stencils. So if the edge goes off or the leaf goes off the edge, do not fear, it's picked up on this side. So everything can coordinate. Everything can wrap around to be as big or as small as you want them to be. And that gives you that effect with all 3 of these. So again, lots of opportunity to be doing your 12x12s, your wallpaper, your gift wrap, whatever it is you want to do. And the recommended retail price for these is $6.99 each. So apparently Diane's with us, but trying to keep quiet so she doesn't get herself in trouble like she normally does. How long do we reckon that's going to last?
I wasn't going to make a comment. Evening, Diane.
Do we reckon 10 minutes? 15 minutes?
It won't be long, will it?
Won't be too long, will it? And we wouldn't want it any other way for the record. We love you causing chaos. It's what we love, so don't panic. So the whole autumn collection, as I mentioned, will now be available from Stockist as of 10 AM tomorrow. Genuinely, honestly speaking the truth here, there's not huge amounts of any of this lot left. We really are quite low here at HQ. So when it's gone, I think we're going to have a bit of a wait to get that one back. So don't dilly-dally if you like the look of any of it, but especially the ones I mentioned, they're going to really be an issue when they're gone, and I don't think they'll last very long at all. So do keep an eye out for those. So that takes you through the autumn collection. Now this evening, we're not going to fit in any demos with that one because we did some demos for that collection on Friday evening. You also had demos from Gwen on Thursday last week, didn't you? So you've got catch up either here on the Facebook page or over on the YouTube channel. You can go back and have a little look at those. And then of course the Hobby Maker shows are still available on the Hobby Maker catch up system, or if you prefer, you can pop onto their website as well and you can catch up there. So lots of inspiration already out and about with the autumn collection. I also know Emma on our DT is going to be working on some videos to bring you even more inspiration with that collection shortly. And I have a feeling that's one you're going to see more of creep up in our sort of playtimes in the next few weeks. But because we have another launch incoming from our lovely Woodware, this evening we're going to have a little look through that collection and show you some inspiration from our incredible Woodware DT. If you have any questions about the autumn collection, about the Woodware, or any of the new bits, then just tell us and we'll do our best to help you out and answer them for you. That's why we do these live instead of pre-recorded, is so that we can answer your questions and interact with you. So don't hesitate, jump on in there. So the first thing I want to, this is bad planning. The first thing I want to share with you is the brand new paper pad. Now, I haven't opened this, so I'm going to have to get the one off my shelf so I can show you one that's open. So this is our Jolly Christmas paper pad, and this whole collection is designed, of course, by Françoise Reid. Now, I know many of you know and love Françoise and her style. We do here. This is why when the opportunity arose for us to take on the Woodware brand, there was no questions. We had to have our Françoise. We also wanted Jane as well, but Jane has sadly retired, and we respect that. We have told Jane that she's welcome back anytime she would like to come back. But at the moment, she is very busy. So we respect that and appreciate that. And are just grateful for all the wonderful products she brought us over the years. But it is very exciting to see a brand new collection come in. And this is going to be launching on Hobby Maker this Saturday coming, which is Saturday the 6th of September at 3 PM and 8 PM. It'll then launch with our stockists the following Tuesday, which is going to be the, I'm going to say the 11th? 9th? Can't be the 9th. Saturday the 6th, Sunday the 7th, Monday the 8th. Oh, you're right. Look at you guys.
Gold star.
Gold star.
Tracy had a gold star from me earlier.
Did she?
She did.
Didn't make the chart though, did it?
No, it didn't.
So Tuesday the 9th, we will be launching this with our stockists. So you're going to be able to track it down in multiple places. But if you want to get your hands on it first, then Hobby Maker is your place to be. So you can track these down on Saturday shows, Saturday the 6th at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. I see the very lovely Jane Gill is with us in the house.
Is she?
Yeah,
oh,
she is.
Evening, Jane.
Yeah, evening, Jane.
Oh, bless her.
See, she may have retired, but she's still here waving the Woodware flag, which is what we love. It's lovely to have you here, Jane. So, okay, this is our first pad. And in here, we've got 24 double-sided sheets. They are 6 designs, 4 sheets of each. Now, I love the way Francoise does this because she does them double-sided so that if you're not in the Christmassy mood, you've still got papers to be using. And you've got gorgeous papers to be using because you've got this lovely gingham. On the other side of them, and it might be better if I show you them this way around, on the other side, we've got this beautiful festive pattern, and this is so distressed, so lovely. And you can see the kind of splatter marks coming in again. So maybe, and this is what I love about us as a brand, having our Creative Expressions umbrella and everything kind of being under it means that things coordinate from multiple places. So maybe that splatter, you want to add more, you want to accentuate that more with the autumn stencil or the autumn stamp. But as we flick through this, you can see that we have got beautiful tones, the same design, but running through in multiple shades. So we've got the blues, we've got that lovely mint green with those evergreen feels. We've got that lovely, beautiful amber. Just going to have to move your iPad. Let's have a little look. Then we've got our amber. Then we've got our beautiful tan colour. And then we move on and we've got our red. And then we've got our purples, our lilacs. Isn't that a gorgeous palette? So if we just look through those, you can see them possibly better on the cover here. But you've got your purples, your tans, your greens, your blues, your ambers, and your reds. And to me, that takes me through everything I want this Christmas. Is every tone I need, every theme I need, could all be covered with this one pad. Now, the pad's recommended retail price is $11.99. No, it isn't. It's $10.99. I lost my giant post-it that tells me very, very clearly it is $10.99. And again, it's great value considering that in here you're getting 24 double-sided sheets of an 8x8 paper pad. It's 140 GSM, and as I say, every one of them is double-sided. And you might wonder, well, what else could I do with double-sided? Maybe I want to use both sides. Well, that means straight away that we can start doing folding techniques. We can start doing all of those different fold back elements, those pockets, those envelopes that we like to make, any of them tea bag folding elements that we want to do with them. And that's going to work for us to give us both sides shining through at once and really complement our design. Tone on tone, you can see that everything's going to coordinate throughout. So it's just going to work beautifully for you. And as you can see, as we flick through it, same designs, but just different colours. This you're going to see appear in lots and lots of our samples as we move through them. But I do want to give you a little nod to this as well. This is new. I'm not going to show you the card yet. I'm bringing the jar. This is exciting. This is brand new, and I'm going off on a different tangent now because this is brand new from Creative Expressions. But this again is the joy of having all of our different brands in one place and being able to bring you different pieces from different brands at the same time. So again, brand new, launching on Saturday on Hobby Maker, we have got Creative Expressions Snow Sprinkles. Oh, doesn't that look good? Now, I don't know if you're going to see this as well as I can here, but we've literally got a really cool white flake that makes the perfect snow. You might wonder, is it glittery? Is it sparkly? Not really. It's got a shimmer to it, but not a glittery shimmer. So it makes a really subtle, beautiful snow. When we bring this in, and I am giving you a sneaky at one of the stamps if you haven't already seen them, but when we bring this in and we start layering this over the elements of the stamps, you can see it creates this beautiful fluffy element across the hat here. It also looks really good on the candy cane, and of course could be mounded as snow at its feet as well. So lots and lots and lots of ways you're going to be able to use this, whether it's over your double-sided tape, whether it's being mixed into your texture pastes, whether it's being with your flaking glitter glues or your sticky stuff glues that you're then going to stamp with and then add this on over the top. Now, as you can see, you're getting a very large jar here of this, so value for money is really good on this one. So a big old jar, absolutely chocker full of your snow sprinkles. And the recommended retail price for this one is $4.99. And as I say, it will be launching again on Hobby Maker and then available from our Stockist as of next week. You're going to see this on lots and lots of samples. So, shall we move on to the stamps? We've teased you long enough, haven't we? We've chatted papers, we've chatted brand new sparkles. Let's chat stamps, shall we? So our first one I thought we would start with is this one. Now, isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Now, value for money wise, and this is something I absolutely love for Francoise, is just how many stamps she puts into a set. Because it would be so easy to say, well, we've got our A6 stamp here and we're just going to leave it at that point. But oh, no, no, no. Let's fit in some sentiments. We've got warm wishes. We've got have a cozy Christmas. We've then got individual snowflakes, a heart, and a star. So anywhere she could possibly fit in some extra stamps, she's put them in there for you to make sure you're getting the best value for money you can. Now the Woodware stamps, I won't lie to you, they have had to have a little bit of a price increase, as the rest of the world has, hasn't it? Let's be honest, everything's gone up at the moment. These are now, the recommended retail price is £8.99 per stamp, which I'm going to be honest, we've haggled a bit, we've negotiated a bit. If you think back to when we was chatting about our Creative Expressions stamps, these ones, A6 ones, are all £9.99. So it gives you a little bit of a guide here to see how we really have tried to maintain the value aspect of Woodware, because that's something that's really important to us, is we keep that value for money that's associated with Woodware. Now, let's have a little look through some of these samples. This one's done by Siobhan. Now, as you can see, Siobhan has used some of our mica mist in the background to make her night sky. She's brought in that beautiful stamp and she's actually trimmed around it, which is really lovely to see. And it just shows how easy it is to take them and trim them out a bit to give you a completely different effect with them. She's added the warm wishes on down the side here, which looks really lovely. And then we've got another one here. This one's an MDF plaque. So this is one of our jamierodgerscrafts MDF plaques. And what I love with this is the way she's added the papers to both sides of it. So you've got that really lovely finish and then built up on top of that. You're also going to see this stencil coming up shortly. And I don't have loads to show you with the stencil. So it's actually kind of lovely to show it to you as we see it dotted throughout the samples. But this is our new stencil that again we'll be launching on Saturday. And it's great for embossing with, as you can see here. This one really does give a great effect when embossed. Because of they're cut from that thicker mylar, when sending through your machine to emboss, they just look beautiful. Then you can see we have got our lovely flowers and foliage being brought in from our Jamie Rogers Crafts dies. So all coming together to look really special and very elegant and very frosty, which is really lovely in all these teal and blue shades. Then we go off to one by Laura. Laura's created this lovely aperture here and then built up the scene in the middle, which looks really great. Really does give a great look to our woolly hat robins. Then we've got another one here. This one again done by Laura. Now Laura did you might remember this, Laura did a very similar card where she created this same snowflake frame and in the middle of it put Rodney and his wife Rebecca. Doesn't it look lovely to see the same style card used with different imagery throughout different collections? Because it straight away to me says actually that frame can be taken off in so many different tangents depending on what we put in the middle of it. And I think that's a really lovely value for money way to look at an item, is when you can see the different ways you're going to frame things, different tangents you're going to take it off on. Now this one's lovely. Now I happen to know that Laura's mum doesn't like this one and I disagree completely. I think it's beautiful. This one's gorgeous, isn't it?
If you're dobbing her
I am. I'm taking Denise down on it this evening.
It's very
I
cute.
thought it was really lovely.
Really cute.
I really like this stencil that's been used on this one. Now this is of course the pearl stitch stencil, which again is a new stencil that again will be launching on Saturday. And this matches so nicely throughout this whole collection and gives such a lovely effect to it. And hopefully when we talk about the level of texture paste you can put through them, because they're thicker stencils, you're starting to see that with the samples, because it really does give you such a prominent effect to your texture paste. You're using a good quality texture paste with a good quality stencil, you're going to end up with a much nicer effect. You're going to get much more depth to them. Now this is one that I've created, so I've stamped this one onto some craft card, coloured in with some alcohol markers, and of course we're seeing the papers coming through the different layers as well, so everything coordinates together all the way through the collection. Another one that I've done here where I've used some of our mats and layer dies to trim out a frame, and then I've stamped our lovely woolly hat robins in the middle there and just coloured them in once again with alcohol markers. So whether you wish to colour in different colourways, onto different mediums, with different mediums, whether you wish to add in that sparkle of glitter, whether you wish to cut and layer them, or if you wish to cut them out and build them up in that sense, or whether you wish to take them off into decorations and home decor, I think you can see that actually that stamp's a really lovely one that we all need in our stash. So, okay, let's move on to our next one, shall we? So any questions so far, Peter, that I need to be answering? Keep me online because you know what I'm like. I'll be off. I'll be off on my own tangents.
I know Sue did ask if if the new sprinkles will be at Gilly's Crafts demo.
Oh, there should be. Stock permitting. It's always hard to guarantee, especially when we're talking. I know it's not long. Gilly's demo is the 13th of September, so it isn't a million miles away, but it's always tricky for us. If they launch on Saturday and you all kind of come in for them, then there's no guarantees, but we'll certainly do our best, stock permitting, to have some available at Gilly's Crafts on Saturday the 13th. If you don't know about this yet, Saturday the 13th, Gilly's Crafts, who are located in Ellesmere Port. I always have to check this one because I always move people. It's not just Gilly's, I move everybody. I pronounce every name wrong and I move them around the country. I'm not good at geography, although I did do geography at school. Do you know what we did? Have we ever had this chat?
Tectonic plates, probably? Or...
We did rock erosion at Walton on the Naze. We went on a day trip to Walton on the Naze and did go, and I don't even know what we did. We just mucked around on the beach most of the day, but we were meant to be there to look at soil samples and things. I've got no idea what that was about looking back, but it was a fun day out. And we did the population of China. And that was it. Okay. None the wiser at all about anything in life regarding geography. Okay, you don't need to know any of this anyway, do you? So let's move on. So this one, of course, is our dancing penguin. I love this little character. Isn't this gorgeous? Now, again, with this, you're going to get to see different bits being snuck in. You're going to get to see this lovely snowflake border stamp. You're also getting to see this snowflake background stamp. This stamp's incredible. Love this. I'm going to give you a little sneaky now. We're going to come back to that shortly. But that, of course, is one of the new ones. This card, I really fell in love with and thought it looked really beautiful. And this one, of course, is done by Siobhan. Then moving on, we've got another one by Siobhan. And Siobhan's gone for a little easel card this time. But she's done some very clever stamping. She's done some masking off, and she's brought in 3 little penguins that actually remind me of a 90s boy band. I don't know why. I think it's that little jig that they're doing.
A1?
It wasn't a particular boy band. No. It was just, it gives me boy band vibes. I think the colour matching outfits and the kind of all on one leg dance move. And I love it. I'm here for it. I think it's brilliant. I really genuinely love it. I think it's very, very cute. Very, very fun. And it's, do you know what? And this is what I love about Francois stamps and designs in general. Whatever's going on in life, you're going to look at that and you're going to smile, aren't you?
You are.
You could be having a really pants day, but you get a card like that come through, you're going to smile at it. I think you'd be hard pushed to find somebody who isn't going to crack a smile at that.
Yeah, that is cute.
You could be part of the Addams family and still crack a smile over a penguin dancing, couldn't you? And that's what I love. It just fills my heart with happiness. Okay, now we're going to go off on a bit of a tangent because we're going off on a bigger project. Again, done by Siobhan. And I know you're thinking, Jamie, you're meant to be showing me penguins. That is not a penguin. That is a snowman, my dear. It is a snowman. But let's delve on in, shall we? I love it when people do this. To me, this is how you elevate your craft. Sometimes we hear people say, I sell on stalls, but I don't sell loads. And how do I up my game? What do I do different? To me, this is one of the best things you can do. If you're somebody who is making to sell, which absolutely you can do with Woodware. That is what it's about. Same with all of our products we carry at Creative Expressions now. It is all about giving you the ability to be able to get your funds back, reinvest in that next part of your hobby, and to hopefully raise money for charity or raise a few pennies for yourself. And this, to me, is one of the ways to do it. There's a lot of people in the world who love to colour. There's a lot of people in the world who love to give handmade, but don't actually want to hand make anything. Let's give them the gift of giving handmade. And that's exactly what Siobhan's done here. She's made a box, so you can sell it in the box. They can use the box as a gift box. All ready to go, straight off the bat. Perfect box. Inside the box, we've got envelopes. Now, we haven't just got envelopes. We have got colour matching, perfectly stamped envelopes to go with each one of the cards we're going to be looking at shortly. So we've now got an air of luxury because we haven't just done these in black, we've done them colour coordinating to go through with the rest of the project. One envelope, of course, to go with each card. Then we move on to the cards and we have got our lovely penguin. We've got our snowman in his heart. He's going to be coming up soon. We've got our sheep. We have got, of course, our bobbly hat robins. We've got our mouse. You're going to see all of these, I promise. And we've got our snowman. So the whole set of characters all being kind of covered here, and giving those that don't wish to stamp, don't wish to mat and letter, don't wish to make cards, but giving them the ability to be able to colour in and then send it. But we need to finish these off, don't we? So Siobhan's thought of that. We're not left hanging there either. Let's move these out of the way. She's made a little envelope. And in the envelope, she's taken all, or not all of, because there's loads of them throughout the set, but lots of the different sentiments, and stamped these all out, die cut them all out. So then suddenly it's down to the person who's going to finish the card off to pick a sentiment and add it on whatever they see fit to complete that card. But it doesn't end there, because we might want a little bit of sparkle. We might want a few embellishments. So Siobhan's thought of that. In here, we've got stars, we've got hearts, we've got snowflakes, all that have been die cut out that can then be bought in, even some numbers. Got a lovely 25 here, perfect for Christmas, obviously, that we can bring in and start adding on to our designs. And it might be that you want to layer these over matching elements, like the heart die over the top of the heart stamp. You could build this up in any format you want to, but this is how you can give the gift of crafting to people who don't necessarily want to craft. Maybe they don't want to stamp, maybe they don't want to die cut, maybe they haven't got it. Maybe you're going to do these with the grandchildren. Maybe you're going to sell this set to somebody who's going to do it with their grandchildren. This is what I love. It's like the first steps into crafting for somebody who might not yet be a crafter, or might not know where to begin, or might not want or need all of the materials, but just wants to dabble. And that, to me, as somebody who loves craft, is a great thing. So we're spreading the joy of craft, we're spreading the joy of giving handmade, and we're spreading the joy of being able to colour in and create. And to me, that's a great gift to be giving, whether that's something that we're selling or giving out at Christmas as a gift. Either way, that's a win-win in my book. Okay, moving up back to some cards. So this one's cool. This one's done by Laura. Laura's brave. Laura does shaker cards. I never do shaker cards. I'm not very good at shaker cards. I always leak. I'm convinced I'm going to take somebody's eye out. But Laura's much braver than I am and much better. So in here we've got some snowflakes. We've got, of course, some of our brand new snow sprinkles. And of course, we've got our very happy penguin. Then we move on. This one again, I think it's done by Laura. Yeah, Laura's back at it again. We've got our snowman. We've got that beautiful snowflake background. We've also got this. We've not chatted about this ribbon yet. That's coming up. I'll show you that shortly. And she's also used the travel collection for the tag that's hanging here on the baker's twine, and added some more details on. I thought that was very lovely. Then we move on to another one. This one again done by Laura. Laura's added our lovely little dancing penguin going over the edge here of the card. Doesn't that set the scene beautifully? Again, when we talk about things that are going to make you smile, doesn't that make you smile? Mr. Penguin, dressed for Christmas, surrounded by presents, ready to party the season away. I think that's gorgeous. Love it. Then we move on. This one's done by me, bit darker, but I've gone in here with the snowflake stamp. I've done some distressing using some black ink. I've added on our penguin to the middle, and I've added Merry Christmas onto the top there. Okay, shall we move on to the next one? We've got quite a few of these to get through, and I'm waffling for England, aren't I? So I apologise. I think it is time we introduced our snowman. You've seen a little sneaky of this a couple of times, but it is time to introduce him properly. This, of course, is Snowman Gift. And in here again, we've got our snowman, we've got our Let It Snow, we've got our snowflakes, our stars, our hearts, our little snowfall, and Have a Jolly Christmas. Very lovely. When we start bringing these in, oh, these are lovely. Look at that. Again, Siobhan's cut this one out. She's layered it up. She's made this beautiful background to go behind him. Doesn't that work lovely? This one again done by Siobhan. And this is what I love. Showing you how you can take your paper craft and elevate it into different ways. So let's go and get a frame from a store and turn this into a wonderful decoration or a gift that's going to come out year after year. Again, Siobhan's stamped and then die cut, or not die cut, sorry, stamped twice is what I'm trying to say. Cut the top one out and layered it. So she hasn't had to cut around all these little pieces, all of these strings hanging the baubles. She's layered the top one on the top here and then just brought in the main focal points to layer on the top. She's brought in our trees as well from our winter scene collection from the jamierodgerscrafts release that recently happened. And she's also used that snowflake stamp going around the sort of mount as well, which looks really lovely. Now this is lovely. This one's done by Laura. So Laura's come in this time with some light ink. I'm going to say a blue ink for this one. Done some really lovely soft stamping that looks really lovely. On this one, Laura's gone in with grey ink and done some lovely stamping and colouring again. In the background of this one, we've got the snowflake stamp. In the background of this one, we've of course got the snowflake stencil. Both look really good with our snowman, of course, don't they? Don't they look lovely? Then we're going to move on to another one here by Laura. This time Laura has used our lovely new snow sprinkles across the bottom here under our snowman. She's painted in with some of the mica mists, and she's matched this up to, of course, our paper pad as well. We've then got one that I've done, and I've kept this one quite simple. I should have put a sentiment on this, to be honest, but I didn't, and I should have. But I've used the snowflake corners from the Jamie Rogers Crafts release that came out last year, actually, and I added them into the corners and then stamped our snowman in the middle. And then with this one, another one I've done here, I've brought in this lovely snow. So again, going back to our snow sprinkles, I've just dabbed some of our dry clear glue around in certain areas and then added the glue on the top to make little snow mounds around the different areas. You can also see our snowflake stamp and of course our matching paper pad all working through the layers, all coordinating together. Shall we move on to the next one? I want to try and fit in some demos, so I need to speed up a little bit, don't I? Because if not, you're all going to be asleep. Shall we move on next? Oh, this one's lovely. This one is our snowman heart. It's hard, I say this one's lovely. I will say that repetitively all night long because every single one of these is gorgeous. This one, of course, is our snowman heart. This time we've got a lovely snowman looking up into the sky, all nestled within this beautiful heart. You've got your star up on the side there that is, of course, keeping his gaze. You've also got a little hanging heart. We've got a button. We've got a snowflake. Around the edge, we've again got snowflake, stars, hearts that can be built up onto this design if you wish to. You've got Noel and warm winter wishes. This is gorgeous. This one's done by Siobhan. Siobhan shared this one over on the Woodware page yesterday, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was before I got to see what was in the box, and I see that and I thought that's such a vintage way to take a snowman. It's not what I would have predicted. It's not what I would have seen. But doesn't it work? Doesn't it look really, really elegant and expensive, if I dare say that? Really, really impressed by that one. Thought it was gorgeous. This one again done by Siobhan, going for that lovely aqua shade. And this is cool because you can see how she's taken the heart and snipped it away and then made the snowman sit on top of this circle instead. So although he's within that heart, doesn't mean we've got to keep him there. Very easy to snip out and use in many different ways if you would prefer. Equally, if you wish to, like this one done by Laura, I believe. Yeah, Laura's done this one. This time Laura's snipped out that insert for the heart to layer that up and give more depth to it. And that works really nicely too, doesn't it? This one again done by Laura. This time she snipped it out, cut it out and layered it into the middle of her page instead, or onto her card. This one again has been cut out and layered, which looks really lovely. And then one here I've done, mine is so simple in comparison to our lovely DT. The DT do such incredible work. Mine's just stamped and coloured, really plain and simple, just bright, vibrant colours to show you a kind of a child-friendly version, if you like. I don't know, just a colourful way. But when you look through them and you see we've got bright blues, we've got lilacs, we've got our vintage tones, we've got our teals. Again, to me, that's a stamp that is going to come out year after year because I can use it in all these different colour schemes, whether we're leaving it as one panel, whether we're cutting it out, whether we're going to layer it. We've got all these different opportunities to go away and play with and build up and create different looks. Okay, let's move on to our next one, shall we? So, oh, this one's cute. Wait till you see this one. If you haven't seen these already, I should imagine you're really enjoying this because I know when I see them for the first time, I absolutely fell in love. This one is Ooh Christmas. Isn't it cute? So this time we've of course got our sheep. We've got All I Want for Christmas is Ooh. And we've got stars, we've got hearts, and we've got little presents to build up. Now, if we look through these ones, again, we've got a lovely shaker. This one again done by Siobhan. And we've got little snowflake spot on the top there, little shaker elements nestled within it. Then we've got one I've done here where I've stamped it on craft card and coloured in Valcar markers. We've got another one here by Laura. Laura's done a really cute version here. And again, All I Want for Christmas is You right on the bottom of it, which is so lovely because that's what you want for a Christmas card, isn't it? You want the person that you're sending it to know they're loved and appreciated. Then we've got another one here by Laura. This is cool again because she's bought that lovely stencil in that we're talking about, and she's used the stencil and she's mixed her own glitter texture base from our gemstones texture base to make that really cool effect in the background. She obviously really liked that, and I don't blame her because it is beautiful. So she's done it again for this one, and I just think it works so lovely, doesn't it? And of course that stencil really does give that kind of knitted vibe that we want with our sheep. Then we've got one here that I've done, and I've just kept it very simple. I've embossed the stencil in the background and I've coloured in our lovely sheep on the front there. So again, very quickly, but just one stamp and 6 very different creations going off in very different tangents, whether we're going sparkly, whether we're going to cut and layer, whether we're going to turn them into shaker cards. This is what I love about a stamp. There are so many ways we can take these off and creations we can make with them. Then we're going to move on. This one's gorgeous. This is a real lovely one again. Honestly, it's so hard to pick a favourite, but I am going to ask you shortly for our question of the week to tell us which one your favourite is. So this one is our mousy gift. So with this one, we've got Season's Greetings, we've got Wishing You a Wonderful Christmas, and then we've got the star of the show, our beautiful mouse. Now this is lovely, again done by Siobhan. Siobhan's brought in our mouse, she's stamped him in the middle here, she's brought in that snowflake circle, she's brought in the snowflake square, and then she's layered it all together. Doesn't that look incredible? He really is the star of the show. Another one here, this one done by Laura. Laura's used that snowflake background to stamp in the reverse of this one, and built the character up in the front there. And I also love the way both of them, Siobhan and Laura, instead of using the button that comes actually on the stamp, or layering the button that comes with it, so you can build that up if you wish to. They've actually bought proper buttons, plastic and wooden, and added those onto the top there, which looks really lovely. Another one here done by Laura, where she's framed it inside these papers. And again, if you don't wish to frame it, why not layer up on top of them instead? Another one here done by myself. You can see actually how we've all gone off on, or not all of us, but to a degree gone off on this oval tangent, which works really nicely. And then another one that I've done here, again, bringing in the snow sprinkles to add some additions there onto the top of the hat and the bobble. So great cards, once again, showing you lots of different colourways, lots of different styles. This one to me gives, I don't know why, but kind of a choir vibe to it, which I thought was a really nice idea too. So maybe, like Siobhan did with the penguin, you're going to multi-stamp and build up a scene with that one. Now this one's a lovely one. I've got to share this one with you. This one, of course, is our stamp set. And with this one, we get this incredible bow. So we've got the ribbon strip that comes with it. I love this ribbon strip because we've got the ribbon strip that runs through the middle, and then you've got that jolly great bow that's going to come in time after time. Now, I've chose to go on a kind of a Christmassy vibe with this one, and you've seen these used through quite a few of the different creations, including that beautiful snowflake, haven't you? That worked really nicely too. But that bow I could see being used throughout so many different creations and bits. It's just beautiful, whether it's a birthday card, a Christmas card, a Valentine's card, it could be any of the above. Now, Pete's telling me I've gone too quick and I didn't tell you that the last one's called Christmas Borders. So before we move on, Christmas Borders for your last one. This one now that we're looking at is Snowflake Shower. So A6 stamping size, of course, same as all of the other ones we've been looking at. And this one actually isn't what we class as a pattern match stamp, but when I decided I wanted to have a go at pattern matching it, the way that Francoise has designed this, it's got that shabby chicy feel to it, that kind of distressed look to it, that actually if you overlap it a little bit, it really works and looks flawless. So there's no reason why you can't take this one off again and match it to whatever size you want it to be and build it up. For me, I just went with some of our metallic ink pads and double stamped it to make the background, and then brought our snowman in over the front of it. Now, you've seen quite a few bits from these, haven't you? But let's not forget our 2 stencils. We've, of course, got our snowflake stencil, and we have, of course, got our pearl stitch stencil. The snowflake one is snowflake trellis, and this one, of course, is our pearl stitch one. And the stencils, the recommended retail price for these is $5.49. Now, I've got just a couple more stencils, samples here to share with you using the pearl stitch one. This one I've inked through to give you that look. This one's lovely. Siobhan's done this one, and she's embossed it on black card, and then she's brought in some gold waxes to add over the top of it. Doesn't that look really luxurious and very, very expensive? I like that a lot. And then Siobhan's also done this one where she's embossed it in the background and then added the panels on the top of it. So again, one stencil, 3 very, very different looks, 3 very different characters. So if we run through these just quickly, because I am going to be asking you in a minute, I promise we're going to do a demo, and I'm going to want to know what one is your favourite stamp. Where are we going? And actually, we could keep it to characters, but I'm going to bring them all in for you. So is it going to be Mr. Mouse that's going to win for you? Is it going to be our sheep? Is it going to be the snowman in the heart? Is it going to be the full-on snowman, the penguin, or the robins? What one Or are you like me, where you couldn't actually pick? There is too many lovely elements in these to actually go, oh, I only want this one. But if you had to pick, only allowed one, mate, I can't do that to you. I can't do it. So you can say it's all of them if you want to. But if you've got a favourite, let us know in the comments and we'll pick one commenter. One commenter? Is that the right word? Can we go over that?
We'll go
One
with that.
commenter? That don't sound right. One person? One... I don't know, Pete.
Yeah.
We'll go with one commenter. And we'll send you the cards that we make this evening. And we'll sign them if you want them to, or we'll leave them plain, whatever you prefer. So have we got all the votes are coming in? Oh, it feels like the X Factor. The votes are coming in.
We need the music to come down, don't we? So.
Oh, the best I can offer you is a sound box.
Oh no. Not quite the same.
It's not quite the X Factor, is it? Or the voice.
Sarah,
I expected you to burst into the voice then. You let me down. I expected the X Factor voice.
I can't.
We need to work on that, don't we?
Sarah can't look. She's looking through her fingers because you and Gwen broke her bank account at Craft Bliss last week. Apparently.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. What did you get? You're gonna have to tell us in the comments. What was the temptation? What bit? What got you? I'm trying to remember. What did we do at Craft Bliss? Say the we. That was the royal we. It was very much Gwen. Gwen was there. Gwen did a great day. What did she do? She had the autumn collection. She had Rodney.
Yeah.
She had dyes to dot.
That's right. Yeah.
She had a full-on day, didn't she, Gwen?
Yeah.
So it could have been any of that lot or a little bit of everything. You're gonna have to let us know in the comments. What bit got you? What bit come home with you, Sarah?
Can we just have a reminder of when this is launching?
No.
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 Okay. It's not very nice tonight.
No. Me?
Definitely a star on the chart.
Definitely a start. It's only because
I need Emma to enforce it. I don't know where Emma's gone.
It will launch on Saturday on Hobby Maker. Emma's on holiday.
Is she?
Well, she's been on. She's back today. She's back today. Drove home. She drove home today or yesterday? I can't remember. I spoke to her at one point. I think it was today because I rang her, I FaceTimed her by mistake. And then I felt terrible because she was like, I'm in a car. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. That often happens with me in technology, but I'm going off on a tangent that you don't want to know about. But she's been on holiday. She was in a car. She might be out of the car by now.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I think she was going to Skeggy.
Very nice.
So Skeggy to London. What's that?
I'll say a couple of hours.
Couple of hours?
I think everything's a couple of hours.
Well, it is for that part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
For us, that takes a lifetime to get to the coast again. So, okay.
Diane says you get a naughty star. I'm with you, Diane.
Diane, I've honestly give up with the stars because it doesn't matter if I'm good or bad. I end up with like a whole set of stars regardless. I can't win. It's literally fraudulent. That's all I'm saying. Fraud. Fraud from the woodward.
As they do.
Well, it is, isn't it? Because it doesn't matter. I can be as well behaved as I like and I will still end up with 7 stars. So I might as well misbehave. I might as well embrace the naughty. So, okay, should we do some stamping? Should we do some colouring? Should we get creative? We're going to play, of course, with those lovely robins. Now, it was a hard choice to work out where to begin, to be honest with you, but I think it's going to be the robins that win for the first card. So I've brought them in, I've stuck them down on my stamp press, and we're going to ink them up, and I'm going to go for our Black Panther ink. And again, I know we do ink pads, so I'm always going to talk to you about our ink pads, and we're going to be using our ink pads. But this is one of the things I love about stamps. It's not just about our inks, it's all of the different mediums and inks you can be using with a stamp. And if you're thinking, well, of course I can only use an ink pad. Oh, no, no, no. Think of your sticky stuff glue. Think of stamping with that and then bringing in your foils, bringing in your glitters. Think about embossing, heat embossing these images, bringing them to life in that dimension. How about stamping with your enchanted sprinkles like Gwen was doing the other day and creating a whole different look down that line? There are so many ways that you're going to be able to take these off just by having the best artwork that Woodware bring to you. And that, to be honest, is why when the option came up for us to take on the Woodware brand, it was a no-brainer. We had to do it. We had to have it. We had to bring it to you because if we love the artwork is beautiful. The quality is beautiful. The price point's always been impressive. The designers have always brought you not only incredible designs, because it's one thing bringing you incredible designs, it's another thing bringing you incredible inspiration to go with it. You know, there are a lot of people and a lot of artists who can design a stamp or design an item, but there's a big difference between just designing an item and leaving you hanging with what to do with it, and then our lovely Woodware team. And now I'm going to include Jane in this because to me, and it's not just because she's watching, Jane knows what I think of her, I've always said the same, but Jane and Francoise, they've both spent years making sure that not only do they bring you the product, they bring you the backup to go with it. They bring you the inspiration. Now, whether that's on the shows, whether that's via YouTube, it doesn't matter. It is always about making sure that you have got that inspiration to back up what you've purchased and making sure that you're inspired to bring that out year after year. Now, I, on the other hand, am not a colourist. I'm really not. I'm truthfully not. I colour like a 2-year-old, and this is a bit dark, but we're going to go on with it anyway. But I'm not the biggest colourist. But what I love with these stamps, and this is where I always, and I haven't really bought in many colours for this tonight, but what I love with these stamps is that Francoise has always added in where my shading's going to go, where I need to be colouring, where I need to be blending. I'm not the biggest talented blender when it comes to colouring with alcohol markers. I'm really not. I don't think I follow the rules in any way, shape or form. I never start with the right colour pen. I never go up in numbers. I never go down in numbers. I never do all of them tricks you're meant to do. I'm more of a kind of just colour and hope kind of crafter. But it doesn't matter if the stamp that you're colouring in has got the markings on it and the marking where you're going to go to, where you're going to blend and how you're going to colour it, because if half the work's been done for us, all the heavy lifting is done within the design of the stamp. So I don't have to be an expert, I don't have to be an artist. I can bring my 2-year-old level colouring and still end up with actually what I think looks kind of good. I'm not saying it's brilliant, I'm not saying it's as good as Francoise or Laura or Siobhan, but I'm happy with it. I'm not embarrassed to send it, and that's a really good place to be. All because of the work has been done for me. The heavy lifting has been done for me. Have we got a winner, do you reckon, out of our question?
Penguin has been quite popular.
I reckon it's that boy band card that's done that.
Do you think it is?
I reckon it is. Is it the boy band card? Is that the one that's made you think, yep, I need that, take that Penguin edition in my life?
Is that what it is?
Could be. I don't know how many members there were in Take That. Were there not more than 3?
4?
Boy band
Was
with
it
3
5
members. You're
went
going to
to
have to
4?
help us.
Yeah. But no, the penguins and the robin and the sheep.
And the sheep. I like the sheep. Sheep's cute. As I say, I'm not going to do all of this because you don't want to spend the whole evening watching me colour, do you? But I'm just trying to show with you how quickly this could come together. And being honest with you, I get to the point I kind of enjoy it and want to see it finished because I just get a bit carried away. I also really like with this one that you might not actually, like Francoise has added in all of this bit here, but we don't have to keep that, do we? And that's actually kind of a nice thing to think about. And not what I did in any of my samples, not that I did loads, but actually we could quite easily take that bit away, couldn't we? And that's going to then change the whole dimension of that stamp. Alison
says the JLS boys.
Well, I think, was there not like 5 JLS? I see, I'm not very good at this, am I? See, doesn't that look lovely? We've taken that stamp off, and Francoise probably sat there crying, thinking, why has he done that for? But it just shows how we can take that, and with a few snips, we can take that off on a different tangent. And you know what, actually? I've kind of discarded that, but that could be a hanging display at the top here. You could re-stamp them under there, and suddenly they're sat at the bottom underneath that image. And that could work just as well. This, you know, this is not what you've tuned in for at all, is it? And not done properly. But suddenly we've taken that stamp and we've changed the whole layout of that by just doing a little bit of cutting. Not complicated, quite easy to do, quite fun to do, and we'll take that stamp off in a whole new direction. Now, bringing in some of our sprinkles, because this is important. This, of course, is our snow sprinkles. So for this one, all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our glue, and I'm going to bump out some glue over the fluffy bit of our hat. Now, I could have quite easily chose to add some colouring underneath this, so that actually underneath this, when it dries, because it's going to dry clear, and we're going to have a few gaps in this, there's a colour coming through. but I'm quite happy to just have a fluffy white edge to my hat. I'm going to go all the way around that. We could then say, we'll do the bauble at the top. Should we do the bauble? We're here, we'll do the bauble. I'm calling it a bauble, it's not a bauble. Pom-pom, that's the word, thank you. Getting carried away with the baubles. We'll sprinkle some of this over the top. So snow sprinkles.
Alison will be happy you're using her glue.
She will.
She will. She's asked me a couple of times. Sorry, Alison, about you asked last week how my mum is. She's getting on well. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to
how
ask.
lovely. Thank you, Alison, for asking.
I'm not ignoring you. Bless her. But she did ask if I make you a romantic card at Christmas or not.
Pete doesn't do romance, he's allergic.
Wow. Well, I think we know which way that'll be around.
Oi! What do you mean? Very romantic, thank you.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving swiftly on before we end up in marriage guidance this evening. We'll move that bit out of the way and we'll bring in some pieces, shall we? So onto our card blank. We're going to use some of our foundations card. Now, if you missed the live on Friday, you might not know this, but we have got new foundations card, which I would at this stage show you, but I forgot to put it in here. So I'm not going to show you, I'm going to tease you. I might send Pete running. He didn't take the hint there, he's still sat here. Where did I put it? I had a whole pile of it. I doubt I've put it away. That'd be organised. But we've got brand new Pearl Foundations card and some of the original shades back, and this Scarlet, which sold out the moment it come back in stock, is once again back in stock. There is also Craft card, which I've used our decal edge squares, and then I'm going to bring in a piece of the bright white and I'm going to place that on the top of it. We're then going to go on to our paper. So we're going to bring in the paper from the paper pad, and again, all layered together with 1mm foam tape, just to give a bit of height. I love our 1mm foam tape because I can then add more foam tape than I would normally add. We're going to go for a 10 opening card this time, and we're going to bring in our paper, and we're going to place that down on the top there. We're then going to go back to our lovely stamped image, and we're going to bring in another piece of craft card, this time been cut out with our decal edge rectangles. And we're going to place that off to one side, and then we're going to bring in our characters. We're going to take off our foam off the reverse of them. Now, when we go back to that box set that Siobhan did, you could do this exact same card that I'm doing right here and put a different character on each one, and that would look really nicely, wouldn't it? We're then going to bring in, and I'm doing this quickly, I apologise, but I'm going to bring in one of our little sentiment panels, and we're going to place that off to one side, and we're going to add on the front here our season's greetings. So we've used one of Francois's stamps, but we've done it over the top of one of our sentiment panels. And that's a really lovely use for your sentiment panels, because quite often you think of them as just being used for the dies. This one's the Let It Snow one. So it comes with a die that says Let It Snow. It's one of my ones that I designed under Creative Expressions. And sometimes I'm guilty of thinking, well, I can only use them with dies. But actually, when you start looking at what stamps can fit over the top of them, you know, not every stamp can, obviously, but there's an awful lot of stamps, especially in a set like this, that you can start bringing in and thinking, well, I'm going to put them onto there and give a completely different look to them panels and get more value for money out of them than just using them with my dies. So season's greetings on this one. So we're going to give this card away. We're going to post this out to somewhere in the world. So if you haven't already, all you've got to do is let us know in the comments which one of the stamps is your favourite. Now, it could be that you're just going to say, I like all of them, I want all of them, or it could be that you're going to pick one particular. Just let us know in the comments and Pete will pick a winner and we'll have that sent out to you somewhere in the world tomorrow, because that's what we like to do. Okay, should we do another one? Should we fit in something else? Have we got time? How are we doing tonight? Only an hour in. Are you all still awake and you're still with us? Still enjoying yourself? Because that's what it's really all about. Personally, I'm really enjoying being able to bring you inspiration with Woodware. Woodware is something, because obviously, as many of you all know, I left Creative Expressions, I don't know when now because I've got no memory, but a little while before they kind of retired, didn't I? And Woodware was something that I genuinely really missed. The stamps, the sort of quirkiness, the whimsy of the stamps, the way the designs are done, the value for money the stamps bring, they're all something that I'd really missed being able to bring you inspiration with and being able to play with to that degree. I've still personally used them, but not being able to bring them to you in this format was awful. And now to have them back and to be able to bring all of these products to you and share with you, and this is the beginning for Woodware. It really is the beginning. Now we have an awful lot going on here at Creative Expressions, at HQ, however you wish to word it. We've got a lot going on, but we've got so many plans for where we'd like to take Woodware and the different things we'd like to do with it. It's certainly a brand you're going to be seeing a lot more from in the coming months. And I, for one, am really excited to be doing that with it. Now, demo number 2. This one is less about the stamps and more about the papers, but we are going to segue slightly into chatting to you about Die of the Week. So this is Die of the Week this week. Now, if you don't know what Die of the Week is, you're missing out on a treat. I hope it's a treat anyway. Every week, we pick one die from our warehouse to bring you inspiration with. And every day at 4 p.m, we post a brand new card, freshly made for this week and this week only, with that die. And the idea is, A, it gives me a chance to play and explore with a die, and I always pick my favourites. And B, it means that we can bring you, and I'm going to give you a bit of a sneaky here, we can bring you 7 very different cards, is always our aim, with that die. So if you've not seen this die before, or maybe you've got this die, maybe you've seen this die, maybe you've already had it stashed in your cupboard for a little while, but you haven't thought about, well, I can bring this in and I can make a frame with it. I can use this in colours. I can layer this. I can strip it right the way back to tone on tone. I can bring it into my patterned papers. This, to me, is what this is about. It's our chance to explore and play and take one product off in 7 different ways. Even when we do a brand new launch, it's unlikely you're going to see a die in 7 different ways on a show, but Die of the Week gives us that opportunity to do that. And of course, these are dies that are already available from our stockists all around the world. So of course, actually, something to give a little shout out to this evening. If we have any stockists with us, drop in the comments and let us know that you're here if you haven't already. Give us a link to find your stores, whether that's a link to your website, whether that's the address of your store, the location. Just tell us a little bit about who you are and where you are. Because as you know, we don't sell direct here at Creative Expressions. It is all about working with our stockists. So if we do have stockists with us this evening, what a lovely way to introduce our stockists to you guys, the viewers, because I bet there are a few stockists that you don't know about. I know I've been in the industry for years and years and years and years, and there's a few that I didn't know about. And that's just because we don't always get to hear of everybody and know of everybody. So I always like to think of our lives as a great time for you all to kind of meet up and find each other, because there are possibly products, not necessarily Creative Expressions, but carried by these brands or these stores that you'd really like to know about and see. So it's a great way for you to kind of go off and explore other stores and other brands and find other bits. And of course, track down the goodies we bring you here on the lives. So, okay, where was we? This is the one we're working with. It is Twin Holly Sprays. The number is CED 3176. There are 3 dies within the set. You've got your double set here of your holly, and then you've got your 2 sets of berries to cut and layer up on the top there, so that you can really layer this and go to town with it. I am going to send Pete, actually, and I don't know if you're going to find it, but I want to talk about this die too. This is our Slimline Holly die set. If you go into the warehouse, it's, I think it's a 3 number, and it's the top shelf in the middle, like 2 bays in from the end. Go have a little look, see if you can find
Here he
it.
goes into the depths of the warehouse.
Into the depths of the warehouse. We are going to have to do a tour of the warehouse soon and show you around the warehouse, so that you guys also see what I mean about bay 2 and at the top and all that lot. Because the warehouse is a lovely place. I love being here. I love being able to explore it. I love being able to pick the orders and explore what's going on and see the new stock arrive. Honestly, it's like Christmas here every single day. So we're going to start building up our card. We're going to start off with that lovely scarlet card once again, and we're going to layer this one through. We're going to bring in some bright white to add on to the top of that, and then we're going to go for some nice green. This one again is one of our foundation colours. I'll remember the name in a minute. I can't send Pete to find it because I've already sent him off on the last mission. And then we're going to change the colours completely for this project, because we're actually, instead of going off all on greens, we're going to bring in that lovely vintage brown instead. And this is what I love about this paper pad. There are so many different ways to take this off. And we could have gone for the pattern paper, but we're going to stick to the check instead. I'm going to add this down with some glue. I'll place that one on the top there. I've already done my pals. We're going to check that we're opening in the right direction, and we're going to bring in some pieces. So these are the dies that Pete's gone off to find. I was tempted to make this die of the week actually, because I really love these. These are slimline panels, and around each of the edges it embosses holly. And around the holly, or in between the holly, you will see there are little dots for berries. Now, you know I love a dot, you know I love a gem, you know I love a bit of glitter. Great way to bring in, add your glue, add your gems, add your 3D pearls, and build up to create a very similar effect of what we did with dies to dot, and just give a really beautiful finish to these. No, we will have that one though, because it does go together. It will be near this, I should imagine. I'll show them this one though, because it does work. This one is a slimline panel, and around the apertures, this one has the same holly that is debossed into it. So this one, as you can see on the back here, debossed holly running around the aperture. This one is a set of nesting dies where the holly goes in on each of the panels. You're going to have to go back and look. I'm sorry.
I think I'm going to get a naughty star.
I think definitely a naughty star. We'll save that one and I'll show you the two together if Pete can find it. If he can't, it's not the end of the world. But we'll have a look. So I've done lots of these already. And this time I foam padded the ones originally, but this time we're going to, for speed, we're going to bring them in and we're going to glue them down flat. And we're going to build this up in a slightly different fashion. Now, something I liked about this card was because I've got the grid work on the background, I don't have to worry about doing any of my pieces straight. As long as I've got that piece of paper straight, I'm then good to just sort of wrap around and create as I want to. So we're going to bring in a few of these panels, and we're just going to take these and we're going to, I think we're going to go, I don't know. I think I'm going to put that one, and that's going to go the wrong way actually. But it's not the end of the world. We're going to cover a lot of it up. So we're going to put that one going across the card that way. Oh, that was quick. He's back. I actually think you should get a little, I don't know where it is. Oh, I have.
Tim will be happy.
That's a collective round of applause. So this is the one I'm chatting about. This is the holly rectangle frames. So this is all frames, all with debossed holly, and it cuts them out so that you have the holly debossed on the inside of the frame and on the outside of the frame. So if you was to cut an aperture, for instance, you're gonna, or cut that panel, the aperture would have the holly embossed around the edge of it, which gives a really, really elegant and cool look. Love these. And then this panel, that nests inside there. I think it's the second one down, if I remember right. It might be the bigger one, but it fits in the middle so that you can have holly round your ovals and holly go round your frame. So it all works together. So you're looking at CED 3221 and 3222. Pete, they would have been next to each other. I'm getting a silent nod from the left here, aren't I?
A lot of them want me to have a star.
I think that is, well, the stars are meant to be for bad behaviour. Not good behaviour, and I thought that was good that you found it.
Alison thinks I should get a skateboard to go around the warehouse.
Skateboard?
Could get some rollerblade things, couldn't we? Can you imagine?
I could imagine you'd end up in A&E.
I think
I don't
I'd
think
like
it
a
would
giraffe.
work well.
Giraffe on stilts.
It'd be like Jeffrey, all under one roof.
Now we've gone to a toy shop, but we're getting back to Debbie McGee soon.
No, leave poor Debbie out of it. I'm still waiting for one of them letters to come through that tells us we're not allowed to talk about her anymore. By letter, I think I mean restraining order. I wonder, is that? I reckon we can. We're going to poke that one in there. And we're going to leave that there, I think. Okay. That ain't too bad. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're going to build up from here. I know I've cheated, much so. I've bought in already my two holly pieces and I've put them together, and we're going to put them going over that side there. And then we're going to bring in our poinsettia, and I've cheated again because it's just speed. I knew that there's lots I want to do tonight. So I've used our classic poinsettia.
Let's go with that.
Oh, I think it's classic poinsettia from the jamierodgerscrafts brand. And we're going to lay that on the top there. And then we're going to bring in just a little flourish. Just a little sentiment that we're going to add in over here, just across the top that says joyful tidings. That's all right, isn't it? Even in the different colour. I actually kind of like that vintage brown set instead of the green. But as always, let us know in the comments. Do you prefer the green or do you prefer the brown? Be interesting to see what you think. But it's the brown one that we're going to be giving away. So while you're in the comments, let us know which character is your favourite, or which stamp is your favourite, or which item from the releases is your favourite. And Pete will pick one lucky winner for us to send that out to.
A lovely Hazel.
Evening, Hazel.
Hazel Mason. She says, is there a date to visit the warehouse? To start, please.
Is there a day to visit the warehouse?
A date.
A
for
date.
Visits to the warehouse.
Not yet, Hazel. Not yet. I'm going to be honest with you. Things have changed. I'm not going to tell you any more, but things have changed.
Oh, I thought you was going to let something go then.
Let it go. I'm not allowed to let anything
Carry
go.
on. Well, I don't know, are you?
I don't know.
Might be a video coming soon.
There might have to be a video soon. But there isn't a date yet. But we are working on it and it's not far away. So we will keep you updated with warehouse shenanigans. There's lots going on here. We're in chaos. We're always in chaos. If we wasn't in chaos, we'd put ourselves in chaos. We thrive in chaos. That's where we like to be, genuinely speaking. So if we wasn't there, we would certainly find a way to make it more chaotic. But it does mean at the moment we don't have a date just yet, but we're getting closer to telling you a little bit more and potentially giving you some dates. We'll see. We'll see. But it is all being worked on. There genuinely is so much going on here. Every day is another fun-filled day of chaos, isn't it? It is though, isn't it? We love it. We wouldn't change it for a heartbeat. We really wouldn't. But when you look back and think that, where are we? We're in September, aren't we? So it's what? 14 months? 16 months? 16 months.
June, wasn't it? So
June,
July,
August.
Just over 14.
Just over 14 months ago that we said to you all, we're going to open Jamie Rogers Crafts. And we're going to start off really, really small. And we're going to do a few little items. And we're probably going to do a release every, I don't know, 2 months. And we might take it to TV. We might not. We'll see. And in that time, we've taken on a warehouse. We've acquired Creative Expressions. We've launched Woodware. And there's some other things that I'm not allowed to tell you about, but you'll find out soon enough. But there's lots going on, lots and lots and lots going on. And we haven't finished with our frames yet, have we? There needs to be more frames. I don't think we've finished with our frames. I don't know if it'll be this year, but there needs to be some more frames. So we'll see. But there is lots going on. But we are working very, 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 very hard to bring you everything we're doing. What you know about, what you don't know about, it's all genuinely being worked on. But should we stop before I drop myself in it? Because I will, I'll tell you too much and then afterwards Pete will say, shouldn't have done that. So, should we play with this stamp? We will create a lovely card. We'll make this our last one, I should imagine, because of time. But we're going to play this time with our lovely snowman. Now, what's the name of this one, Peter? Because I forgot, because I've got a memory like a sieve.
Heart Snowman.
Heart Snowman, that's an easy one. Even I could remember that. Snowman Heart. I'm given endless post-its, but then the problem is I put all of the post-its together and then I can never remember nothing. Snowman Heart. He is Snowman Heart. I need a little like flashboard thing in front of me that tells me.
Judy reckons we're like Energizer bunnies. We don't feel like it sometimes.
No, but we do enjoy it. We're very, very lucky. We love what we do. If we didn't love what we did, we wouldn't do it. And that genuinely is the truth. We're very, very, very lucky. So our stamp has come out beautifully, as we would expect, as it should do. Beautiful detail. Again, all of this detail that we know Francoise is going to bring to us, all of that shading, all added in, these little signature dots that make that stamp really pop and give us that shading, give us that hint of where to colour, give us that ability to build up without it being too complicated. Because we don't want it to be complicated, do we? We want to enjoy what we're doing and we want to make sure that we can put our own spin on it, but it doesn't have to be too complicated. This is something I love with stamps. Once we've stamped it, down to us what we do with it. isn't it? And I think sometimes we forget that. I forget that. Sometimes I look at a stamp and I think, well, I've stamped it on a piece of card, I'm going to leave it on the piece of card. But we can die cut that out. We could trim out half of that. We could have a little reveal coming around the side there. We could do all different techniques with this. We could emboss over the top of it. We could even stamp over the top of our stamped image. And this is something I think sometimes we forget again, or I forget. Maybe bringing in something like our music stamp or our script stamp, or one of the Woodware stamps that might or might not be coming back in stock soon, and adding them, or that lovely snowflake. You think about that beautiful snowflake stamp and adding that around the edges of this to really tie it in and bring it sort of in a bit more. That could all work nicely. Okay, let's chat stencils, if I can find where I've put it, because I've put it down in the packet and now I've lost it. So where have I put it? I found it, do not fear. So our stencil, let's have a little look at this one. Let's delve into this, shall we? I love this stencil because it is such a cool design that I could be using with texture paste, I could bring into my misters, I could use with my enchanted sprinkles, and of course, I can emboss. So don't ever forget, because I think, again, I talk of all these things I forget, but we do, don't we? Sometimes we forget that we can emboss our stencils. And these stencils, our Woodware stencils, basically all of the stencils we bring you under the Creative Expressions name are all cut from thicker mylar. So they're all really strong bodied stencils, and that works in our favour when it comes to embossing, because it means that we're going to end up with a beautiful finish. I'm going to bring in a piece of pearl card and we're going to lay that over the top here. We're going to add on top our rubber mat and we're going to send this through our machine. Let's get the card blank out of the way for a second. Now, if you've not seen this happen before, what's happening is that rubber mat is pushing down on top of the card, it's pushing the card on top of that stencil, and it's going to push the card into all of the open areas around that stencil design. And it's going to give us a beautiful embossed finish. No hassle, no need to worry, all easily achieved by just using a rubber mat in our machine. Now, if your machine doesn't have a rubber mat already, then usually you can purchase these from your machine provider. The machine I'm using is the Kit and Caboodle Pro Cut. It comes with a rubber mat, so it's nice and easy. We can choose to use this on the embossed side, like you can see it here, or we can flip this over and we can use it on the debossed side. And this, of course, opens up a whole load of options to us depending on what we wish to do with it. So we might choose to keep that in place. We're just going to use this as a panel, but we might choose, and we'll move that out just so we're not getting the secondary texture, but we might choose to go over the top of this with some ink and just highlight that background. Now this again is one of our quick dry pigment inks. Francoise has got some of these on her show this week, hasn't she? Do you know what colours she's got, Peter?
She has the one you're using.
Does she? I promised that wasn't planned, but it works well, doesn't it? So I'm using Blue Emperor.
And the blue, sorry, the blue, using the blue. And the Black Panther and Elephant Grey.
Elephant Grey, Black Panther, and the blue. Why do I feel like we're playing Cluedo?
No plums involved.
No what involved?
Professor Plums.
Plum. Oh, okay. What's that film we was watching the other night on Netflix? That was good. That was Cluedo-esque, wasn't it? We need to watch the end of that.
That was the murder one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Thursday night murder club. Has anybody watched that? Don't tell us who did it, because we haven't got that far. But that seemed quite good. I was quite enjoying that. We need to watch the end of that, Pete. So whether we use the positive or the negative, both sides are going to work beautifully. And I want to do it. I'm sure we haven't got time for this. But should we use it as a stencil as well? We are tangenting, aren't we? Can you tell I'm tangenting? I haven't got any card. I haven't planned ahead for this at all. But I really want to do this, and I haven't done this at all. So I want to bring this in, because if I don't know what this is going to look like, but I want to know what it looks like. Let's go. Oh, Francoise has got some of these as well. Do you know what colours she's got of these?
Oh, you're proper testing me, aren't you?
I am. She's got 6 of the colours. There are 12 available. How many can you get right?
Spring green. Christmas red. Something yellow. Sunburst yellow. You're going to have to help me out with. Stormy skies. Tidal teal.
Oh, well, we've used Stormy Skies and Tidal Teal. Does she have Circuit Breaker?
No.
Decadent Purple?
No.
We don't really want red. What about Cherry Pop? Orchid?
No orchid. Cherry Pop, yes.
Cherry Pop, we'll add in some Cherry Pop then. We will stick on tone.
Maybe I'll get a gold star if all 6 are correct. I'm not reading off a list.
You're not reading off a list. You're doing very good. So we'll do that and then we'll mist over the top. So these are our enchanted sprinkles. So these are a dye and mica-based powder mixed together to give you a beautiful effect. Now, as you can see, we can mist those over the top. Now, we're working with a stencil. We don't want to add too much moisture because we don't want to pool and let it all flood underneath. But I reckon if we was to take that away, we're going to end up with quite a lovely effect there already. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Do you not think that's lovely? Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I haven't done this already, so I'm going to put that to one side because I want to see how that dries, and I think I'm going to have to use that. I also think that this part on my hand, we need to bring this in as well, don't we? So let's take a piece of card, and we're going to flip this over, and we're going to lay it down, and we're going to bring in a piece of paper. I know you've seen me do this 100 times before, but different stencils give different looks. Oh, my stencil's on my paper already. That weren't bad, was it? Ta-da! It's nice, isn't it? Doesn't that look good?
Little sound effect again, didn't you?
I think is there not a ta-da on
There
here?
is. Can he find it though?
I don't know.
Kim, come on. What's he like, eh?
I don't know what one the ta-da was. Oh, it's not that one.
Definitely.
I think I need to keep you in charge of the sound box. I think it needs to come to you.
Siobhan's asking if I craft. I don't have time
it's
to craft,
crafty.
sadly. Apparently I'm crafty.
Crafty.
No, I'd love to have a little play a bit
You
more,
are
to be
crafty,
honest.
in your own way, aren't you? You
Yeah.
just if I said to you, go make me a card or make me a kit, you could absolutely do it. It's just time, isn't it, really?
It is.
But I think you can understand the love of craft and the fun that goes with it and the endless options that we can create with the products we play with.
I need to know who's put a laughing emoji to the question of whether I craft or not. If that's that Diane, I think words need to be had. It might
Click
not be.
it and it'll tell you.
Will it? I don't want to lose the comments.
And click it. It should tell you who that is.
I think Siobhan might have laughed at it. I'm not sure.
It's one of the nice bits about Facebook that it tells you. Good and bad.
It does.
I don't know if it's just me and my technological inability because I'm terrible with technology. But YouTube, if you get a thumbs down, it don't tell you who gave you the thumbs down. And that always really annoys me. Not because people aren't allowed to like what we've done. Of course they're allowed to not like what we've done. That's more than allowed. Everyone's going to like different things. That's life. That's what keeps us unique. It's what keeps us individual. So it's not a problem at all. But I always kind of want to go, well, why? What did I do wrong? What could we have done different? What did you not like? Because if you don't tell somebody, they can't change, can they? Not that I know if we could change, but it's nice to know so you can change. I like to think that we keep people happy.
Alison would like me to make something for next week. I think I've been set a challenge now.
Challenge Peter.
Put me in a helicopter.
Put you in a helicopter.
Like Annika Wright.
Advisable. Okay, it's going to add on our little stamped image to the front there. You know I don't like to tie ribbons unless I have to. So I'll add the ribbon to it later, just so you don't have to watch me do that for the next 10 minutes. But that completes demo 3 from our little characters or from our papers this evening. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of what you could be achieving with this collection. If you have any questions, then let us know and we'll do our very best to answer them for you. And if you haven't told us already, which one is your favourite character or product from this release? Because Peter will soon be picking one to send out to, or one winner, sorry, to send these goodies out to, send out the cards. Oh, it's got to that point. It's all going terribly wrong. I've dropped the card and everything, honestly. It's not good. So your complete collection, to give you a little run through once again, you have got the Jolly Christmas paper pad. You have got the, I forgot the name. Honestly, how's come on? Pearl Stitch stencil. We have the empty packet for the snowflake stencil because I've just used it, but that's where that should be. And then you have, of course, got our wonderful array of stamps going through all of our different characters. And these are truly beautiful. I think you're going to have a lot of fun working with these. And if you haven't already got a favourite, I have a feeling that by the time you've watched Francois' shows, you're going to absolutely have fallen in love with them if you haven't already. And if you do happen to get them, and this isn't a pushy thing, but even if you just get one of them, even if you just get a little bit of it, please don't forget to share with us what you create with them. The Creative Expressions group is, what's it called? Creative Expressions official group yeah. Has 15,000 members on it. And it would be lovely to see you join in and share with us what you've been creating, because truthfully, it's one of the nicest parts. And I talk not only on behalf of myself, but on behalf of all of us, whether that's the DT, whether that's the designers. Every single one of us wants to see what you're creating with the products and the inspiration that we share with you, because that's genuinely what everything we do is all about. It's about bringing you the product. It's about bringing you the inspiration. And then it's truly about seeing what you create with it. So if you haven't already started sharing on the group, please do come and join in. And with that in mind, if I can find my little card from this evening, we need to talk homework, because we haven't done that yet, have we?
You haven't. Beth Ann has been telling you you've forgotten the homework.
I had forgotten.
Someone is on the case.
And this is now you've mentioned it, this looks terrible.
It does, I know.
I'm even going to see, can I show you on my card? Because if you're not going to believe me, excuse the terrible handwriting, but Beth Ann, you are our winner this evening. How good is that?
Hopefully. So no secrets on that board, are there?
I don't think there is.
No.
Winner this week, Beth Ann. There was 25 entries. Tells you next week's homework. I could just leave this on the screen and then you could not listen to me waffle for the next 5 minutes. No. But Beth Ann, genuinely, congratulations and thank you for taking part. To all of you who joined in with our homework mission this week. Beth Ann, if you could please message us, or actually send us an email, jamierodgerscrafts@hotmail.com. Let us know your address. We will have your goodie bag popped in the post to you. If you're wondering what I'm on about, every week we do a homework challenge on the group. We set you a little mission. You get to go away and create and share with us what you're doing. And then on the Monday after we've started, the end day, the finish day, that evening we do a live, we pick a winner, and then we send out a goodie bag worth £40 of Creative Expressions goodies to anywhere in the world, just as a little thank you for all of you taking part. It's chosen at random, so this, although everyone genuinely makes incredible creations, isn't about how good you are as a crafter, and that isn't me saying that you're not good. It's me saying that I know as crafters we never value our own work, and I can hear you sat there going, I can't enter a competition because I'm not good enough, and I don't want to share my work because it won't compare to everybody else's. A, I promise you it will. B, I promise you it's a safe space. So even if it's the first project you've ever made, our group is a friendly, open, loving place that you can share with us what you've been doing. And do you know what? We've all got creations. I still do them that I think that's awful. And you look at a couple of days later and you think, well, that weren't very good. We learn. As crafters, we learn. It's what it's all about. So there's no judgment. It's an open space for you to come and explore and be inspired by and to share your creations. And the homework mission really is trying to take us, especially people who maybe are new to craft and need to find new avenues, or maybe like some of us have been crafting 20 odd years and have never thought, well, actually, I could make a scrapbook page, or what happens if I introduce orange into my creation, or maybe I don't like glitters, so being pushed to use glitter or gilding flakes. Whatever that week's mission is just to try and take you out of your comfort zone a little bit and to share inspiration with the rest of the group about what they could be creating with whatever that mission is. So it's genuinely just harmless fun. But as you can hear, this week we had 25 entries, and one of them people has won a £40 goodie bag just for taking part. So a 1 in 25 chance of winning a randomly chosen goodie bag worth £40. That's not bad odds, is it? Just for sharing a card that fits with the group rules and takes part in our little mission. So with that in mind, this week's mission, we would like you to join in with a glittery, shiny kind of vibe. So your hashtag, because you always add a hashtag to your post. When you share your post, add a hashtag to it. This week, your hashtag is hashtag shine. And what we're looking for is something shiny and sparkly. Think magpies. So this could be sparkle and shine brought to us by glitter, by mica, by gems, by Miricard. So it's open to a whole world of anything that's just a bit blingy, anything that's a bit shiny, anything that's a bit ooh. We want to see your ooh shared on your card. And during your creation or throughout your creation, we would like it to feature some flowers. So maybe we're going to stamp a floral background, and we're going to do it with our sticky stuff glue, and we're going to add over the top our gilding flakes. So we've ticked the box of floral, we've ticked the box of shiny, job done. So, but it might be that you're going to use dyes to dot, I never get that around the right way, dyes to dot flowers, and you're going to add little gems on the top of them. So you've got your blingy floral there, your shiny element. Are you getting the idea? Don't worry. If I'm waffling and making no sense, if you pop into the events section on the group, there's a little post Tracy's put up telling you all about it and explaining it all. But in short, any size, any colour, featuring flowers, hashtag shine, got to have some sparkle and glitz on it. And you've got till the 8th of September at 5 o'clock to put your entries in. And then next week at 7 p.m, we'll tell you who's won. The week after, because we are now trying to give you a couple of weeks in advance, you can plan, because we found that actually telling you by Monday this week, by next Monday, you've got to have it done and in and entered, is a bit tricky. So we're going to tell you at least next week's at the same time. You don't have to worry, you don't have to do it, you can't enter till the 8th, but it gives you a chance to get your shopping in, or to think about what you need, or to plan ahead, get the ideas going, search Pinterest, whatever that may be. Next week, on the 8th of September, right the way through to the 15th, we will be looking for hashtag Halloween. And that one can be any shape, any size, any type of project. We just want to see you get your Halloween on. So whether that's some bunting, whether that's a little trick-or-treat box, whether that's a chocolate wrapper, whether that's a card, whatever it may be, just something Halloween-y. So again, make sure that your posts, whatever your homework mission is, fits within the group rules. Make sure you're posting it in the right time. So don't forget, shine is from this week right the way through to next Monday, then Halloween from that Monday to the following Monday. If you have any questions, of course, let us know in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them, or pop on over to the group and ask them there. So, okay, don't forget then, before we leave you in peace, because I know we've got to do our winner, but let's run through a couple of bits before we forget. Autumn collection is officially launching tomorrow at 10 a.m. I don't know where I've put it, or I would show it to you again. I've put it around here somewhere. Pete will find it, I'm sure. Where have I put it? Is that it? That is it. I've covered it up with dies. Thank you, Peter. So Autumn collection is, of course, our stamps and stencils collection, going all the way through all of our Halloween, all of our autumn collections, all of our lovely fall leaves, beautiful pumpkins, lovely spice lattes, pumpkins, owls, hedgehogs, a little bit of everything running through that collection. And that launches at 10 a.m. tomorrow with our stockists. In the UK, you're going to be able to track this down at Into Craft, Gilly's Crafts, The Art of Craft, Craft Mania, The Craft Box, Craft Bliss, and Cheshire Crafts. In New Zealand, you'll find it at Picture Stamps, and in Australia, you will find it at J Craft. So 10 a.m. September the 2nd, you're going to be able to track all that lot down. The Woodware shows will be taking part on Saturday the 6th of September at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Hobbymaker. And Francoise will be there in person, to which I don't know about you, I'm really excited about this. It's been a long time since Francoise has been on TV, and I love her demos. She's so informative, she's so professional, she's so talented, and she's really, really lovely. So if you haven't already thought about it, make sure you set aside Saturday afternoon to join her. And if you can, don't tell her I've said this, but message into the studio and wish her good luck and tell her how lovely it is to have her back. Because I know I've said this about myself and Gwen, but when we go back on air, and it's been a while, you might think we're okay to it, or we're used to it, we've done it for years. It's nerve-wracking. It is really nerve-wracking. I don't know any one of us demonstrators that doesn't find it absolutely nerve-wracking if there's been a bit of a gap between shows, or a bit of a time between shows. And to know you guys are with us and supporting us and letting us know that, hey, we're doing all right and it's lovely to have us back, is always really nice. So message the studio. You can do that on the Hobby Maker website. If you go to watch the shows live, there's a little box and you can fill in your message and send it right through, and your message might even be read out on air. Okay, so that's Saturday. Gwen will be here Thursday at 7 p.m. Gwen has a brand new thing she's bringing us this week. She is bringing us bundle bargains. If you've not seen these have been released to our stockists already. Gwen will be telling you which stockists will have these available on Thursday evening. Now, the idea was, and this is 100% the truth, the idea was that we would have enough of these available that when it got to the night, we would be able to say to stockists, you can still purchase these, and to you guys, stockists will be having them coming in the next few days, because we had a big stock of these, genuinely a big stock of them, and they weren't planned to be sold out by this stage. These are all gone. Head office, HQ, whatever you want to class it as, is empty. They are out there with the stockists. So when Gwen goes live at 7 p.m. on Thursday, if you haven't already ordered yours from a stockist that's already advertising they've got them, when Gwen tells you who's got them, if you like it, get ordering it quickly, because when they're gone, they're gone. The bundle itself should be £65.96. You're saving over £20. The bundle is £44.99. I'll put it over on the top screens for you so you can just have a little look in here. But you've got 4 Sue Wilson dies, you've got 3 stained glass windows, and a really cool plaid background that would actually work really nicely with this Woodware collection, or just about anything, to be honest. But all 4 of these dies should be £65.96. Your saving, I think, is £21-ish. And your offer price is £44.99. As I say, don't dilly-dally. If you like the look of them, get them the second she tells you where to get them if you haven't seen them advertised before. That's Thursday, 7 p.m, right back here with Gwen. Lastly, Peter, I think all we need to do, tell them our winner.
We do, indeed.
Who's the winner?
Who is the winner?
Who's the winner?
Oh dear, spotlight's on me. So thank you all for taking part this evening. Our winner this evening is Elizabeth Shuck. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Our winner this evening is...
Gold star for Peter.
Congratulations to, if you haven't guessed it, Elizabeth Shuck. So if you pop us an email, please, Elizabeth, with your details, where you want the cards sent, and if you'd like them sent, would you like them sent? If you'd like them signed, over to the jamierodgerscrafts@hotmail.com. Sorry, guys. I need feeding. That's what it is. I need feeding.
Oh, don't start pleading now for food. Honestly, I see, like, congratulations, Elizabeth. As Pete says, send us an email. Let us know where we're going to send them to, and we'll get them sent out to you. Is there any questions before we leave these lovely people in peace?
Quite an important, pressing one is from our lovely Laura. Hopefully she got home in the dry today. She says, I wonder if my boss will let me watch the 3 p.m. show.
Oh, I don't know. I think your boss might have to be watching it too. I love the shows. I genuinely can't wait. So maybe. We need a big screen, don't we, in the warehouse, Laura? We'll try and get funding for that, shall we? Big screens on the wall.
Have words with the boss.
So we can keep up with all the shows. We don't want to miss anything, do we? Quite a lot of shows coming, I hear. We don't want to miss any of them. Okay. Any other questions before we leave?
One from Kim, has your teaser been on Hobby Maker?
I don't know if it's been on, to be honest with you, Kim. Pete tried to watch a little bit of Hobby Maker earlier today, didn't you?
I did.
But we didn't actually get to any of the breaks to see if it's been on. It was scheduled to be playing today from 3, but I am kind of waiting for questions or comments about it, and I haven't seen any yet, so maybe it hasn't yet been played. See.
No more comments?
No more comments. We'll let the Hobby Maker advert do its job. And we'll let you see what questions you come up with. But I am kind of glad I've dodged the bullet, because I don't like not telling you everything that's going on. So I'm very glad that by next Monday I'll be able to tell you what's going on. But if you haven't seen the advert yet, or it hasn't been played yet, do keep an eye out on Hobby Maker, because there is an advert that's due to be played with quite the tease in it.
Our lovely Sue Lindsay, hi Sue. She says it has, with lots of exclamation marks.
I know nothing. I'm saying nothing. I know nothing. What do I know? But if it has been played, I could tell you little bits.
Pam says it was on this afternoon.
Was it?
Mm.
They've been very good to not ask any questions this evening,
have,
haven't
haven't
they? Been very, very good.
Mm.
So what am I allowed to tell them, Pete?
What do you want to tell them? Don't give me them eyes.
I'm going to say nothing. We'll get out of here quickly. But if you haven't seen the advert, it does tell you that there is a 4-hour takeover coming up on Hobby Maker on Saturday the 13th of September. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that because that's what the advert's there for.
Kathleen just says S.
Who's S? What was that show where they did that? Who's S? Maybe I'm thinking of Gossip Girl.
know.
But they were like,
Oh,
they didn't know who somebody was. I don't know. Okay, we're going to go because if not, we're going to report.
We're going to get in trouble.
We're now just into the stage where we're just waffling, aren't we? And you don't want to watch that. So we're going to leave you all in peace. Thank you for joining us this evening. I hope you've had fun. I hope you've seen some bits you like. And I hope it's been a nice evening for you. As always, thank you for joining us. It's genuinely a pleasure to have your time and your company. So thank you. And hopefully I will see you next Monday at 7. Gwen will see you Thursday at 7 right here on the chat on the page. But don't miss the shows on Hobby Maker on Saturday. Even if you just tune in and send in an email to welcome Woodware back and welcome Francoise back, it would be lovely to have you message in and show your support, and we can all watch it together, can't we? 3 p.m. this Saturday, Saturday the 6th, Hobby Maker. All right. Thanks all.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.